It was a crisp morning in San Francisco, the sky painted in hues of pale blue and the streets filled with the bustle of the city awakening. The year was 1906, and the world was on the cusp of rapid change. Yet no one could have predicted that this day would change everything for this proud, growing city in the world. On the morning of April 18th, the city was brimming with energy. People went about their business. Workers streamed through the crowded streets, shopkeepers arranged their goods, and children ran toward school, unaware of the quiet rumblings beneath their feet. But beneath the surface, the earth was about to wake up with a force that would forever mark the history of this city. The earth quakes. At 5:12 a.m., the ground trembled. A deep, hollow roar echoed through the city as the earth violently shifted. The first shock was so intense that buildings swayed and cracked. For a moment, the world seemed suspended, and then everything fell into chaos. The shock waves reverberated for what felt like an eternity. Windows shattered, gas lines ruptured, and streets cracked open like a giant's mouth. The iconic wooden homes and brick buildings that had once stood proud began to crumble, as if the city was being devoured from the inside out. People rushed into the streets, dazed and confused, unsure of where to go. The sound of buildings collapsing mingled with the cries of the injured, while plumes of dust and debris filled the air. Smoke began rising from the city as fires started, fanned by the wind. The flames spread quickly, fueled by broken gas lines and overturned lanterns. The aftershocks. The terror didn't end with the first tremor. Aftershocks followed, some as strong as the initial quake, causing more devastation. The once vibrant city was now a maze of destruction. There were pockets of survivors wandering the streets, searching for loved ones, trying to make sense of what had just happened. Amid the chaos, some rose to the occasion, helping others, giving water to the thirsty, and offering shelter to the displaced. In the midst of the pandemonium, the true scale of the disaster became clear. More than 80% of the city was destroyed. The earthquake had lasted just under a minute, but the fires that followed would rage for days, claiming thousands of lives and leaving entire neighborhoods in ruins. The aftermath. By the time the sun set on April 18th, San Francisco was a shadow of its former self. The city had been reduced to a smoldering ruin, a place of memories that no longer stood in their former grandeur. Thousands had died, countless others had lost their homes, and the survivors faced the heartbreaking task of rebuilding. But as the smoke cleared, there was something else in the air. A feeling of resilience. The people of San Francisco were determined to rise from the ashes, just as the city itself would be rebuilt. Survivors huddled together, forming makeshift camps, sharing what little they had, comforting one another in the face of unspeakable loss. But the spirit of the city was not broken. As the fires were finally brought under control and the dust settled, the promise of renewal began to take shape.